this dream. Let's go ahead and see what we can get into. We're going to pick up on this little bit of this Art Bell. And this episode premiered on April 18th, 2004 on Coast to Coast AM. Enjoy!
From the high desert and the great American Southwest, I bid you all good evening, good morning, as the case may be, across all these many time zones. It's good to be here from the Hawaiian and Tahitian Island chains, eastward to the Caribbean and the U.S. Virgin Islands, south into South America, north to the pole, and worldwide on the internet. This is Coast to Coast AM, live overnight talk radio, because your radio station cares enough to have it on. Instead of recycled, repetitive, old, relentless repeats, except when they're mine. Hi, everybody. Really is good to be here. I've got a programming note / alert for you. Tomorrow night at this time, here's one that a lot of you have been waiting for. Fingerprints of the Gods. Message of the Sphinx. Graham Hancock here on his American tour from Britain with us tomorrow night. At the beginning of the program, first hour, you're not going to want to miss Graham Hancock. Kind of thought of as today's Indiana Jones. He's really something, so you're not going to want to miss that. He's on his American tour now. He'll tell you all about it. I promised him in June, and in June it shall be. Okay, well, yes, it is my birthday. Good, and in June it shall be. Another one. Nothing to panic about, just another birthday. Happy birthday, Art, the Antichrist. Yes, the proof is in. I now know through detailed scientific calculations that you are truly the Antichrist. You are 51 years old, 5 plus 1 equals 6. Your birthday is on the 17th, 7 minus 1 equals 6. Your birth month, the 6th month of the year. And this, of course, 1996. So, any way you look at it, the numbers add up to 666, even 6666. As Tennessee Ford sang so many years ago, yes, I do remember this song, but I'm still not as old as you. I take 16 calls. What do you get? Another day older and deeper into death. St. Peter, don't you call me, because I can't go. I owe my soul to the devil below. Okay, so I took a little artistic license. Anyway, have a truly happy birthday, Art. Remember, life gets mighty precious when there's less of it to waste. Till the comet do us part. Steve in Portland. And from my network, this.
Everybody here at the network got together, and I want to wish you a happy birthday. And of course, you're only at the big 5-1 right now. I don't know that I should say that, but welcome to the club. Welcome. He's old. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Happy birthday to you.
Oh boy.
Happy birthday to you.
just to thank you all, thank you, and I want to thank the network for the president got me
Happy
for my
birthday,
birthday.
Lawrence. Happy birthday.
No mean machine, I'll tell you, it's really something. It is a Yaesu, the FT1000. It's a ham radio. So thank you all, everybody up there. I have it fired up and I'll be using it. It is incredible. It has every color whistle I can. Wonderful birthday present. And here's another one for me. An earthquake registering a preliminary magnitude of 7.9 chimed in on my birthday. 7.9. That's near Java, Indonesia. So you might want to make note of that. Imagine this one should come up with 7.9 is in the category of a large earthquake. And I just got this a few moments ago, and you have to wonder why they're doing this. From Reuters News, scientists seeking to unlock the secrets of Mount Vesuvius will rattle one of the world's most famous and potentially deadly volcanoes next week with 8 tons of high explosives. 8 tons of high explosives. Now, excuse me, but why would you want to do that to a volcano that's getting ready to go angry? It strikes me as one of the dumber ideas. Vesuvius most famously erupted in 79 AD and killed 16,000 and buried the ancient cities of Pompeii beneath a sea of molten lava and ash. It erupted again in 1631, claimed an estimated 18,000 victims. Now below Vesuvius lay about 500,000 people. And they are going to blow it up. Now, I'm sure there is some valid... scientists and disaster relief experts last year completed a contingency plan to evacuate some 600,000 people from the area of Vesuvius the next time it blows. But why would you want to blow up Vesuvius with 8 tons of high explosives? I'm sure there must be some valid, albeit undetectable scientific reason for doing something like that. But should it result in an eruption now, it's going to be thought of as a very poor idea. ValueJet, the Florida crash. ValueJet, as of tonight, midnight, is voluntarily quitting. They will fly no more. The FAA has grounded them beginning at midnight. It all comes after a series of investigations and violations after the fact, 5 weeks after the fact. And the FAA has found them to be not airworthy. They did 2,000 checks, found leaking fuel, missing rivets, mechanics pounding on engines with hammers and chisels, engines that later had to be shut down in flight, this kind of thing. And I recollect, and I bet you do too, right after the crash, the FAA had said, ValueJet is safe. We've been investigating ValueJet, and we had found them to meet all safety requirements. And that was right after the crash. Now, all of a sudden, 5 weeks after the crash, ValueJet is not airworthy. It has been shut down. ValueJet people are really ticked off, angry. They say it's not true. But there you have it. So that tells you how much attention you should pay to after the crash statements by the FAA or any government agency. It's like they're trying to cover their butt. Oh, they were okay. We've been monitoring them right along. Well, apparently not closely enough. Either that, or this is a political shutdown, or one of the two. Either way, it's not good. White water. The big report is big. Well, actually, by now has been released at midnight. 700 pages long. Very, very critical of the Clinton administration. Contains many allegations of documents withheld, inaccurate testimony, read lies, papers removed from Vince Foster's office, allegedly at the behest of the First Lady. She's the one. This is where this is going, and I've told you since day one that that is where this was going. Now we know for sure it is. There could be meat here. The biggest charge that the First Lady blocked, read here, possibly obstruction of justice, blocked the investigation into Vince Foster's death. Now, this could be serious. They're still worrying over the billing records lost, then magically found. The First Lady's late son. So, this whole thing now is headed toward the First Lady. Thursday, committee Republicans will come out with a criminal referral list. That means to the special prosecutor who he should look into with regard to possible criminal activity. Could the First Lady's name be on that? Good. And so, a long time ago I asked this question. Now it is more relevant, as underscored by the news, than ever. And that is, if the First Lady is indicted or is found to have had a big hand in obstructing justice, that's a serious charge, what do you think our president will do? Let her swing slowly in the breeze, twisting in the breeze? Or do you think he will stand by his? I've known for the longest time that it's headed toward the First Lady, and been saying so every time I have a chance. On the 400-plus files the FBI turned over to the White House, as you know, Director 3 said the FBI was victimized. The FBI said we presuppose honor, meeting honor at the White House, and that view has now changed. There is news that here's a real surprise for you. The low-level military people, remember that, the ones who supposedly requested the files? Well, now, actually, it is found out they were political types, not low-level military functionaries. And a White House official says the director of the Personnel Security Office is going to be put on leave. Now, as recently as earlier in the day, the White House was saying, absolutely not. Craig Livingston will stay right where he is. Now, he'll be on administrative leave with pay, I might add, with pay, while everybody looks into this. Now, one might reasonably ask whether Mr. Livingston can be fired safely by the president, or whether the number of skeletons that he's aware of in the White House will all come marching out after Mr. Livingston's political demise and attack the president like so many dead rising from the graves. That would be the circumstance. The Russian elections. Boris Yeltsin, the reformer, incumbent, Gennady Zyuganov, the communist, and the big deal maker, the military man, General Levin. Probably going to go Yeltsin's way. I asked Levin earlier. I think it came out to about 35% for Yeltsin, 31.5% for Zyuganov. So Levin is the kingmaker. Levin will not go toward Zyuganov. He will probably become Boris Yeltsin's defense minister, and whether or not he can then swing his roughly 15% of the votes to Yeltsin and make it a done deal or not, that remains to be seen. Since Mr. Yeltsin has taken over and the reforms have begun, economic output has shrunk by half, 50%. So has the real income of the Russians. They will have a runoff next month. It could make going to Moscow interesting. A A Russian leader has never voluntarily given up power. And it may be that Mr. Yeltsin is not going to have to because he may win. But it is going to make Russia an interesting time, and I wouldn't go at any other time, and I wouldn't miss it for all the world, all the Team China or Moscow. Some other news. We are going to have the open lines because of tomorrow night's guest. The church fires continue. The latest, Rocky Point, North Carolina, a church, black church predominantly, that stood for 133 years, burned to the ground. It's now being called racial hostility instead of racism. Racial hostility. Well, there's a lot of it. Deval Patrick, Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights in the Clinton administration, said, of 21 cases solved in the last 5 years, in many of them, there have been admissions, confessions of racial hostility as the motive. And then you know what he did? He blamed talk radio. He blamed talk radio. This was all on Meet the Press Sunday. Anyway, William Bennett then came on and said, yes, racists probably have done it. But as a result of talk radio, no. Said that was real reach. They found only minor conspiracies for 2 or 3 of the fires. In other words, people getting together and planning 2 or 3 fires, but not in all the cases. This is beginning to get very serious. Ralph Reed, who is the Christian Coalition leader, is holding a summit tomorrow in Atlanta, Atlanta today. And one prestigious black leader said, it is indeed the Christian Coalition which brewed up the atmosphere that led to these fires in the first place. And Ralph Reed, not precisely admitting that, did say that yes, in the past, Christians may have contributed to an atmosphere that resulted in these fires. Do you think somebody, and who do you think that somebody is, or somebody, are trying to promote a race war in America? It's good reason to believe that. Another volcano, a volcano I should say, erupting in New Zealand, a big one, sending ash miles, about 8 miles up into the air, forcing authorities there to declare a danger zone. It closed several airports. Civil Aviation Authority imposed a danger zone, prohibiting any flights in darkness anywhere near it. So there you've got it. I've got more news here for sure, but we'll get to it as we can. We've got a lot we've got to get done this morning, and it's been a little while since we've had open lines, since we've had so many guests, and tomorrow night we will do it again. Boy, you just absolutely don't want to miss Graham Hancock. He'll be here in the first hour of the show, and he is a fascinating person. Somebody sent me a little list of things that don't make sense. Have you ever wondered, why isn't phonetic spelled the way it sounds? That's a really good question. I mean, of all words that ought to be spelled as they sound, phonetic certainly is one of them. Or have you ever asked yourself, and maybe some of my Hawaiian folks can answer this, why are there interstate highways in Hawaii? There we go. Why are there flotation devices on airplanes instead of parachutes? How does the guy that drives the snowplow get to work every morning? And by the way, if a cow laughed, would milk come out her nose? And they go on, these questions that nobody really has an answer for. Why do they put braille dots on the keypad of drive-up ATMs? Now there's one to ponder. Or why is it that when you're driving and looking for an address, you turn down the volume on the radio? Any of those questions is invited to call in. Actually, everybody's invited to call in, no matter what you'd like to talk about. Those are but a few ideas, and I've got more. And they'll be here right after this break. You're listening to the American CBC Radio Network.
Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell. Come on in, join the party. You're going to sound like I'm right off the wall with you. Well, then you'll be right at home here, so go ahead.
I think cat medicine.
I am the Antichrist. I know you're there. Yeah, I get accused for being the head servant of Satan. I've also been called the modern-day prophet of God.
Do you think cats meditate?
How the hell would I know? I've also been accused of being unkind and just completely off my rocker. I represent the Galactic Federation, and they put up a hill tonight in the sky. Just want to answer this call.
You think so?
If you lift me up, you twitch my mind in every direction. And tell everybody I love you. Thank you very much, but just stop already.
You're listening to Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell, live on the CBC Radio Network. To call the show toll-free from across the nation, dial 1-800-618-8255. For wildcard direct lines are area code 702-727-1295. That number is 702-727-1295. And if you've never called the show, try the first-time caller line at area code 702-727-1292. Anybody east of the Rocky Mountains can use the first-time caller line at area code 702-727-1222. When your call is answered, please turn down your radio. Each caller will be allowed up to 3 minutes, giving more listeners a chance to join in. And now, enjoy Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell.
Is taking calls on the wildcard line at 702-727-1295. That's 702-727-1295. First-time callers can reach Art Bell at 702-727-1222. 702-727-1222. Now, here again,
Tally-ho! Good morning, everybody. And here's a little idea of what's ahead on Dreamland, for those of you who'd like to know. Yes, I was gone yesterday because of my birthday. June 23rd, it's Travis Walton and Mike Rogers back again. They've got a brand new book, and it's awfully well done. Authors of Fire in the Sky, about the biggest abduction case in all of ufology. That's this coming Sunday. Then June 30th, Robert Teets, author of West Virginia UFOs, look at encounters in the Mountain State. July 7th, Dr. Michael Newton, author of Journey of Souls. July 14th, Stanton Friedman, the flying saucer physicist and atomic physicist. He was on the show here not long ago. July 21st, Konstantinos, author of Vampires, The Occult Truth. Interview with a Vampire. July 28th, Kurt Sutherly, author of Strange Encounters, UFOs, Aliens, and Monsters Among Us. On August 4th, 11th, and 18th, it's bye-bye time. I'm on my way to Northern Europe, Scandinavia, Russia, Moscow. I'll call you from Red Square or something. August 25th, Dan Wright, director of MUFON. There you've got it. That's what's coming up. And this fax just in, there is only one worthy choice, Art, for Bob Dole's vice presidential running mate, and that person is Marge Schott. Because, ladies and gents, we only got one shot at it. Imagine the sublime beauty of Marge sitting there chomping on a big old stogie presiding over the Senate. Imagine Marge telling Thomas Daschle, sit down, blankety blank, you're out of order. These things alone are worth the price of admission. Rob in San Carlos. And this, oh, what wonderful birthday wishes. Happy birthday, Art. In appreciation to you and your great show, we'd like to become a corporate sponsor as well as send you a birthday gift all at one time. So, we are forwarding to you a check in the sum of $1 million for you to use at your discretion. Best wishes on your birthday, Art. It's Raymond. West of the Rockies, you're on the air. Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm all right.
This is Ben calling from Provo.
Yes.
I just got a question about radio.
Okay.
If you would. I've been listening to you for about half a year now, and ever since I've started, I've had to pick through a couple different stations. I pick up usually the KTNR,
Right.
1320.
Oh, yes.
But like about every 15 to 30 seconds, there cycles into the broadcast a buzzing noise that lasts for about another 15, 30 seconds. And then it increases in loudness and then just cuts out. And I can't figure out what to do. Do you have any idea on what would be causing this and what could solve it?
How far are you from Salt Lake City?
I'm down in Provo. Provo to Salt Lake City is about 40 miles.
Right. That's selective fade. It's called selective fade. And it's because the ionosphere is thicker and then thinner and thicker and thinner. And it produces a distortion. In other words, what's occurring is you're getting a signal in and out of phase. And one thing, well, the only thing I know of that helps it directly is the selective antenna that creates cells.
Oh, okay.
That will not eliminate it totally, but it'll take out about 90%.
That's fine. Because I can still barely hear the program when it comes in full strength. That buzzing.
And have you noticed that it always fades at the most interesting parts? But the commercials come in loud and clear.
Yeah, I know. Just when you were talking about one of the volcanoes, but this just in and then it fades out. I'm like,
That's right. That's exactly right.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome, sir. Have a good morning. I just, we've got the one volcano that's just let loose, and they're planning on detonating high explosives on Vesuvius. Now, I tell you, in the world of things that seem dumb, detonating high explosives at a volcano that they say will go at any time just doesn't seem like a good idea. Well, east of the Rockies, you're on the air, Tom Holy Morning. Thank you.
I just called and happy birthday. And I think that I got your watch the other day. It's broken watch.
Yeah, by the way, the watches, by the way, are almost gone.
I ordered the very first day of
You're lucky. They're about gone, and they're going to be a single edition. This will be all there is. After this, no more babies, so there'll be a collector's item.
Another thing I'd mention is Major Dane. You have a repeat.
Yes.
It's very interesting.
Yes.
One thing I've noticed on the mailing list that you have on the internet was someone told me that he made a prediction about 1994. There'd be a landing of aliens, and how that didn't happen. Because, they landed.
No, wait a minute. How do you know it didn't happen?
Well, they said it'd be advertised and everyone would know. And,
Oh, I see. Well, you're right about that. It wasn't public if it occurred.
but it's missing that, but anyhow. He's 100% correct all the time.
Well, I don't know that he made that prediction in the first place. So, unless you know your information to be absolutely accurate.
They just said that he made that prediction somewhere.
Yeah, I know, but people say a lot of things.
That's true. Well, happy birthday.
All right, thank you very much. Happy birthday. Why do we celebrate birthdays? Should birthdays be celebrated, or should one be depressed about it? Well, I suppose as you're struggling to be 16 and then, of course, 21, you celebrate. But it seems to me after 21, there is no real reason to celebrate. Unless you want to celebrate the fact that you made it another year. Other than that, you're just marking another year of age. So what's to celebrate? Call the Wildcard line, area 702-727-1295. No, Charlie. We got to start all over again. You're not allowed to use your last name, so let us begin again. Your name is Charlie, and you're calling from?
Calling from Melinda.
Very good. All right.
And I wonder if you've heard much about the vehicle confiscation that's going on across the country.
The what?
Vehicle confiscation.
What are they confiscating? There's confiscated cars.
That's correct.
Who?
Well, there's a business effort to pollution credit, take away most of the public automobiles. You don't believe that?
No, Americans love their control. It's going to be a revolution. What do you mean take away most of the public's cars?
In California, there is a process called pollution credit trading that we're told.
I know all about that, yes.
That we're told will eliminate an awful lot of the public's automobiles in California in a short period of time.
Now it's just California or the whole nation?
The process is being laws are being created across the nation to do this. They're all in place in California already.
Well, they'll rip my car out of my cool day.
Well, and that's a possibility. What we're seeing as
Kill us for our cars? You're going to kill us for our cars?
no, that is not right.
Well, I said, now let me review what I said. I said they'll rip it out of my cool dead hand. You said that's a possibility.
Okay, that was a mistake. I do believe that people will steal cars in order to turn them in for crushing process because of the tremendous incentives that have been set up to as a pollution credit trading game.
Oh, you mean money for cars?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
We've created a false economic system which has beneficiaries.
hey, listen, how much would you offer me if I were to endorse my $1 million freedom check over to you?
I'm afraid I don't have much stuff.
All right.
Well, we're really concerned about the public and how they're being treated here. We understand that the two issues are being worked pretty heavily in the San Francisco area on the radio and on television. And they are an issue of the newly formulated gasoline and this enhanced IM program, which we perceive as a car crushing program or a vehicle confiscation program.
Well, there are a lot of cars out there that ought to be crushed.
But should there be tremendous economic incentive to government to do that?
I've got a neighbor who's got a car that ought to be crushed. I've got to run. Thank you very much. This car ought to be crushed. I understand. Well, as long as we don't pay for it. I mean, as long as we're not coming with high-powered rifles to play us to be communist. Big loud speakers and gun rackets and stuff. First time caller line, you're on the air. Hello.
Oh, you remember you?
No good idea.
Art?
Yes, where are you?
I'm in Northwest Colorado.
All right. Hey.
Happy birthday.
Well, yesterday?
Yeah.
Somebody was party.
I was listening to the show weeks ago. It was one of your guests, Damon.
Who?
Damon.
Brinkley. Daniel Brinkley.
Daniel Brinkley. And you're behind me on the show was going to be on UPN. UPN's not available.
Well, then you missed it.
And I missed it. And what was the long and the short of it?
Well, now it was one of the astronauts. It was Gordon Cooper. You really missed a good one.
I guess I did.
That's all I can say.
I'm a big fan of Gordon Cooper. Well, I got good news for you. You're not the Antichrist. It's Hillary.
Is it so?
Hillary.
Hillary, well, Hillary is indeed the one that's going to be the target of all of this. I've been saying that, I think, for about a year and a half. And the question is, if it turns out that she obstructed justice, that is a very serious thing to have done, and she will be in very big trouble. The question is, what will Prez do? Stand by his woman? Give her perhaps some sort of pardon? Do that. Or let her twist slowly in the breeze. You know how they begin that, right? They say, the president will come out and say, well, I have 100% confidence in Hillary. Right? That'll be on day one.
Oh, yeah.
Then on day two, well, I'm sure that Hillary didn't do anything wrong, and I still have confidence in her. By day three and then day four, it's drop her like a hot rock.
And then maybe a week later we get the old Jerry Ford, and there was no deal beforehand.
Yeah, that's exactly right. All right, thank you. Good morning. You're on the air, Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell. Where are you calling from, please?
Hi, this is Brent. I'm from Washington.
Bern in Washington? Brent in Washington. What's on your mind, Brent?
Hey, I wanted to thank you for some very interesting radio last week.
Glad you enjoyed it. You don't want to miss Graham Hancock tomorrow night.
Okay, I think I was the one that started that because I was asking about Hellbox, and then all of a sudden you were always people on your show.
Must have been you.
Yeah, I think that's excellent guests. I tell all my friends about your show.
All right, my friend, well, you deserve a lot of credit. First time caller line, you're on the air. Good morning. Hey, yes. How old do you think I am?
42.
Yep, that's it.
No,
42.
no, you're not.
No, no.
How are you? Okay, we don't have the internet. We can't see your picture. What do you look like?
I look ridiculous.
Well, I would imagine, because I've heard that you look very young.
I'm told that.
But how old are you really?
I'm going to stop saying it.
Okay,
This is
so
it.
what side are you then?
Let's sign it. Now let's think about that real quick. It's June 17th. No, I'm not a Cancer.
What is your cancer?
Gemini.
So that means you get along with everybody. So anyway, thank you, Art.
Well, thank you.
Everything is out in Denver. Right here.
Thank you.
And you have to,
No.
I have a lot of things that I disagree with. So it sounds like you look like
How do you know that might not mean that you're not perfect?
I'm not.
I mean, I could be perfect, and the areas of disagreement that we have could merely point toward your being perfect.
Making this life on this earth tolerable.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Of course.
Yeah, but anyway, you're
So I'm
in your 40s.
in my 40s.
Are you?
No.
Ah, 30s. 50.
Yeah. I'm 51.
Are you?
Yeah.
So listen, you're 1990s.
I was born in 1945.
Okay, so, really, I'm a nurse. I deal with kids. You look younger than you are. So, you haven't seen much of that desert sun.
Well, that's what it is, and I attribute it to that. I stay out of the sun. Thank you. I don't know if that's it or it's just genetic or what it is. I don't know. Perhaps to someone younger than I am. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe I'm really 42. There's no way you can know for sure. East of the Rockies, you're on the air. Well, greetings from Nevada.
JT, and I got a couple questions. What side do you park your hair on?
My left side, and then I erase the part. I just do that as part of the
And I asked, I've got a couple pictures of you, and what the pictures are is a mirror image. One you get your hair part on the right, one's on the left. I got that when I set off the travel stuff. And there's a few different pictures. There's the same picture somebody took today, and I was trying to figure out which one's right.
Which one's right? Well, I part it on the left, and then I sort of erase it with a little dry.
Okay, you got a request. While you're gone on that wonderful trip that I'm not going to be able to go on with you, please play the best Art Bell. Because when you were gone last time, these may be some of your very best friends that filled in for you. But Art, you're so far above them on the scale.
That's very nice of you. I don't know what we're going to do.
I don't want to hurt your feelings, so that, sure they're nice people, but it just wasn't anywhere close to the Art Bell show. And I thought for the reruns of you.
You get used to things. I think that's probably what they're going to do, but the final determination, as they say, is not going to be.
You have some great shows here lately. You just got a wealth of stuff you put on. So
That's true.
I'd be quite happy that the fact that you can't just go to market people. So you do that, I'd be happy.
Old Art is right. All right, thank you very much. Do you know, when I started this program, I was this show. Actually, West Coast. It's in my early 40s. I've been here ever since. Anyway, it leads me back to why should we celebrate birthdays? Why wouldn't it be a day instead we would hang black walk through in a mist of depression? One more year gone. And they go faster and faster and faster and faster as you go, too. That's another thing. First time caller line, you're on the air.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Esther. Happy birthday to you.
Well, you can sing. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Santa Rosa, California.
Santa Rosa, yes.
Yeah.
Well, good to have you. What is your first name?
My first name is Louisa.
Lisa. Oh, that's a nice name.
Thank you. I wanted to let you know that the famous Chupacabra
Yeah.
has 2 songs.
Has what?
2 songs written about it.
Oh, yeah, there are several songs running around.
Mm-hmm.
And I was interviewed in Sacramento the other day by my affiliate KST in Sacramento. And they've got a really cool Chupacabra song. They're supposed to be sending it to me, so we'll see.
That's funny.
The Chupacabra is a wonderful thing. It's good for us. We need monsters, and the Chupa is a great one.
Well,
Do you know that people are now sending me Chupa suckers, all-day suckers? They're called Chupa suckers. And I just got a Chupa t-shirt. What really should be on the front of somebody's t-shirt is the photograph that I've got, the first one. That sucker is ugly. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
I like the guy, he took that, oh, you haven't seen it. He took the photograph, you've got to see it.
I heard it.
It is. And he posted it in a 7-Eleven store as a lost dog. And this guy came in after about 5 or 6 years, took 5 or 6 good looks at the photograph, and said, hey, did that thing run away from you, or did you run away from it? Listen, love, I gotta go. Headed toward the top of the hour here. We'll be right back. This is CDC.
Heartfelt remind you, be careful what you call those household spooks. This night, we do only ghost stories.
When I first came here, my wife started having dreams about an old woman. She goes, I see this old lady coming down the hallway. And my friends would come over, they'd say, hey, Ed, what's going on with the ghost? One time, my friend Benny had asked me that, and I said, no, nothing lately. The old hag hasn't been around, just joking. Instantly, my daughter had a third-chord grand piano music box. This thing started going like full tilt, playing I picked it up and I could see it because it was clear. You could see the mechanism. The coil spring was wound up and the key was just turning, around pretty fast. And I put it down, and that shook me up really well.
Not a good dude for me too. One word of caution. For an entity in your house, I would think calling it the old hag might not be your best option.
Yeah, I think that kind of stopped after that.
1-800-618-8255. East of the Rockies at 1-800-825-5033. 1-800-825-5033. This is the CBC Radio Network.
It certainly is. And by the way, welcome to KDOE in Emporia, Kansas. Glad to have you on our board. I wonder where Emporia, Kansas is. Somebody might call me a trumpet. They are 1,400 on the dial, blazing across the flatlands back in Kansas. I remember driving through Kansas. What an experience. Flat? Really neat country. For a guy in the radio, it's really neat because with radio in Kansas, adjacent states, you can predict exactly. In fact, the FM station back there can tell you will lose it at mile marker so-and-so. And sure enough, boy, mile marker so-and-so will come up and they're gone. But the other way around, they will appear at a certain mile marker. That's how distinct it is. From Harry in Portland, Oregon. Harry says, I named my new dog Congress because of the way he does his business in the house. DR, I was listening to the tape of David Dave's last interview on the show and thought it occurred to me. Is it not a violation of one's privacy to remote view on another person? Sure it is. Whether it works or not, business law in attempting to look into another person's activity sounds like trespassing to me. That's Dave, ACMO in Kansas City. Yeah, Dave, I mean, sure it is. Unless you're invited, I do that one night. I'm really tempted to try that experiment again, except it's so neat. Art, happy birthday. Wish you many more best of the If the First Lady is indicted, Bill will step down, saying he'll stand by his wife and cannot govern under those conditions. President Gore will pardon both of them because they were such hard-working people. It's best for the country. Bill Clinton will then head for his new job at the UN. Regards, Hicks.
AM sure sounds great in the middle of the night. But you know, you don't have to be nocturnal to enjoy this amazing show. The Coast Insider is your key to a normal life. For 15 cents a day, you can wake up refreshed, knowing that last night's show is waiting for you with podcasting. The Coast Insider Club is a must-have feature for all Coast to Coast AM listeners. Visit coasttocoastam.com to sign up today.
The new version of the Coast to Coast AM app is here, now available for Android as well as iPhone. For Coast Insiders, it offers the ability to download the most recent shows so you can listen to them at your leisure. The new app also has listen live and streaming features, plus recaps, contacts, and upcoming show info. Coast Insiders with Android System 4.0 and above, or iPhone. Check out our new app at the Google Play or iTunes stores, or link to the Coast website. Looking for the truth? You'll find it on Coast to Coast AM.
Somewhere in time.
The Rockies are on the air. No.
Calling Art Bell.
Well, you have Art Bell. That's me.
Oh, gee, I can't hardly believe that I actually got a hold of you.
Well, it seems you have.
Okay, well, great. Oh, listen, I've had so many things on my mind over the years, Art. For one,
Me too. Most of them have slipped by, though.
no, they have. I've suffered through your cat, And I'm a veterinary technician, and so I have a lot of empathy for you. But what's on my mind tonight actually is I'm going on vacation in Sandpoint, Idaho, and I don't know how to get a hold of you.
You mean how to listen to me in Sandpoint, Idaho?
Yeah.
No problem. Just tune around the dial. There are at least a half dozen stations that you'll hear in Sandpoint. No problem.
No problem.
No problem.
I'm going to make sure that I take you to bed. I can't sleep without you. I also have a brother in Pelzer, South Carolina that can't seem to pick you up.
Where?
Pelzer, South Carolina?
Like to say I know where Pelzer is, but off the top of my head, I don't. We're all over South Carolina. You ought to be able to hear us. If I might, what is Pelzer near?
Well, it's about 2 hours from Atlanta.
Atlanta. Near Charleston anywhere?
About 4 hours from Charleston.
Florence, Columbia, Spartanburg, Greenwood, Greenville.
Greenville.
Any of those sound familiar?
Yeah, Greenville sounds familiar.
All right, tell them to listen to 1330 WFBC.
Great.
All right?
Thank you very much.
Thank you and have fun. And I should ask you why she picked Sam? I don't know. Hey, listen, is there a woman in your life? Well, then you're richer for it. Women love flowers. That is an established fact. A lot of guys don't know it, but they're pretty thick about those kinds of things because they don't think about flowers. Pretty well. Women do. Guys need to know that. Absolutely fresh flowers is the single best deal on flowers in America. It is a flower farm, sells them directly to you. No florist, no middle guy. So you get fresh flowers at a zillion of them. Little card from you with a message. Your name is about handwritten. Flower preservative. Delivery by FedEx. Next day. You call today, they deliver tomorrow. Birthdays, anniversaries, any special day at all. This is the way to go. So, the number to call is 1-800-562-6438. The emotional impact of Vesuvius going off. That reminds me, they're going to detonate high explosives on Vesuvius. Anybody have any idea why they might do that? In the top 10 list of things that I would think you wouldn't want to do right now would be to detonate high explosives on a volcano that's about to go anyway. But anyway, absolutely fresh flowers, a Vesuvius-like impact. Call 1-800-562-6438. Art, if Hillary is indicted by Ken Starr, is it legal for the president to pardon her? Does the president have to recuse himself since he is partial to Hillary? Well, the president's going to get on. Thank you for the happy birthday. He could do it, but he shouldn't. I'm sure that he could actually pardon her because presidents have that power. But it would be political suicide. Of course, it is his wife, so he might do that. And Mr. Clinton has done a lot of things that have not come back to haunt him. Even though Whitewater seems rather haunting at the moment. West of the Rockies, you're on the air. Hello.
Yes, I have a question. When you were talking about the Braille earlier,
Yes.
it reminded me of a question that I once had. Can blind people dream?
Yeah, absolutely, they do. Now, how they dream and how their dreams differ from ours is a really interesting question. And I would like to talk to a sightless person about that. I would assume sightless since birth would be very different. If you had been at one time sighted and lost your vision, then you probably dream fairly normally.
Mm-hmm.
But never having been sighted, it's an interesting question.
Would it be like smells and sounds? Or?
I don't think so, but I'm not sure about that. Let's ask.
Okay.
We'll do that. But I think it is an important question. Why would they put Braille at a drive-up ATM?
Good question.
It is a good question. Thank you very much for the call. I mean, what it presumes is impossible. So, But he's right. Would a sightless person dream as we dream? Sightless is birth. Would a sightless person please call? I really would like to know myself. That's curious. First time caller line, you're on the air.
Hi, Art. I wanted to ask you, I invented, I'm calling Stockton.
Stockton, correct?
Yes, I invented a few things, and I don't know nothing about patenting, Art, and I've heard some commercials on TV and on the radio show about patenting, and I was just wondering, could you help me out?
Yes, are your inventions potentially worth millions?
I hope so.
Send them to me. No, I can't help you. I'm not a patent attorney. I don't know.
Well, I was just wondering, maybe somebody, on there could probably help me out.
Well, they do have a lot of services that advertise for inventors. I'm a little leery of them.
Yeah, that's the same here,
Probably the guy that invented the 10,000-mile carburetor sent it into one of those services.
Yeah, well, that helps me out there because I've heard some commercials on the radio and TV, and I'm kind of leery of them,
Listen, the Freeman are sending me a $1 million check for my birthday, and I was wondering if I were to endorse that to you, would it be worth on the dollar?
Oh, no, I don't know. I don't think so.
All right, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, Graham Hancock is here. From the Prince of the Gods, his new book, Message of the Sphinx. That's gonna be good. Tomorrow night, beginning of the show, Graham Hancock on his American tour. East of the Rockies, you're on the air. Hello.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
I have a request.
All right.
Could you possibly play Rebecca at the Oasis?
Well, I can always do that.
We're happy 52.
51, damn it.
50, oh, come on.
Oh, you come on, it's 51.
51.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good night at the Oasis.
All right. Bottom of the hour.
Bottom of the hour.
Bottom of the hour.
Oh, can we talk now? Chin music.
Yeah, we can talk. What?
Chin music now, right?
What music?
Chin music. Talking.
Oh, yes, yeah, chin music, chin music. All right, yes.
I'm just teasing you. How about $20 or less? You said regular, right?
Yep.
It's already more.
It is, huh?
Yes, sir. Famous is
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Well, this is the first I've heard of it. Now, I've received a lot of faxes from people who are onto it. Yeah, and I'm waiting. Somebody, I guarantee, will make.
You did already fight it.
You did, huh?
Yeah. I'm allowed to use it, right?
Yeah, I give it away. I mean, whoever gets on it first.
Got it.
Well, contact us.
I've been trying to call you for an hour, something. You're a busy man.
Well, the thing to do is send me a piece of email or a fax.
I'm already squared away with KFC, which is a local affiliate.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, okay, I guess that'd be a great way to begin it. Start your advertising on KSD.
That's the way to work.
And then as it balloons, why come to our network.
We got some good stuff, too.
I know, it's a wonderful business.
I mean, I already got some good stuff.
I'm saying.
We have, how about we have long distance stuff.
Long distance minutes.
Yes, sir.
You mean like phone cards like that?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's it. That's the idea. Thank you. Long distance minutes, huh? I just thought it'd be cool. Some guy called up and said, man, you never advertise anything for $20 or less. Well, there'd be a good business. Call it $20 or less and do a whole lot of research and come up with a whole bunch of good stuff for $20 or less. And so, people are working on it. Get a lot of email and faxes, and someone's going to make a lot of money. East of the Rockies, you're on the air. Hi. No, you're not. West of the Rockies, you're on the air. Good morning. Hello? Hello?
This is Art?
Yes, it is.
Oh, well, that sound like Art. You got screen calls or what?
No, I don't screen calls.
Oh, well, it just didn't sound like you're on the cell phone.
Well, that's your fault. You're on
No,
the cell
you're
phone.
starting to sound like it, yeah.
Well, that it is.
I'm writing a book called Dreams, Visions, and Nightmares, and I haven't heard Dreamland on in a while. 2 or 3 Sundays. And I was wondering if you could help me out by helping people that have special dreams that want to enter into my book. And I want to screen them.
You're going to screen dreams?
Well, I don't want dreams like symbolic dreams and stuff. I want real big dreams.
You mean prophetic dreams?
Yeah, dreams like meeting. I don't want to sit in a viper. I see the color red all the time, something like that.
What if that's all a person's got?
Well, then,
Dream
if I
red, red everywhere, red.
If I feel that somebody reads it, they don't get anything out of it, well, not like this book.
Well, the best way to do that would be to form a dream web page.
A dream web page.
Sure, up on the internet.
Is there any way of putting my address on over the video? Or?
No.
No, can't do that.
I'm not allowed to do that.
Not allowed to do that. I have some interesting ones myself that I want to get more into. I have probably 10 or 15 pretty wild ones. One of them, the end of the world was 10 one world government. I will straight about that.
Who is going to head the new one world government? Did you dream that?
China.
China?
Yeah.
Really?
They're all quiet right now.
Well, I don't know if I like that.
Well, America's not going to be around when it happens. We're going to get ousted out somehow.
Ousted.
Yeah.
Regimes get ousted.
Well, New York City gets bombed, D.C. gets bombed, and it's pretty much over with it now.
You think America is New York and D.C.?
Well, I think that everything's piped into America into New York as far as.
What about L.A.?
It's secondary.
L.A. could become the new financial capital, and let's see, the new political capital. Where would that be? We'll figure that one out. L.A. would be the new financial capital. And Kansas City. Would we survive without Washington, D.C. and New York? Oh, I think so. First time caller line, you're on the air.
Good morning, Mr. Bell.
Hi.
First of all, I travel to Chicago regularly. I'm from Central Illinois, and I have the blessing of listening to you both on 55 KSC and 970 WNY.
All right.
So when I go to Chicago, I can't seem to find you. Could you?
Oh, you will now. Try 3WE.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Secondly, the reason there is Braille at total teller machines
Yes.
is because of the invention of taxi cabs. If I'm riding in the back, I have the cab driver pull up, and I can do my banking myself.
Are you sightless?
Yes.
Well then, have you been since birth?
No, I've always had eye problems, but I have been able to see some.
Okay. Can you tell us anything about your dreams?
I have dreams that make Stephen King look like a piper.
Do you really?
Yes, I do. And the only book that he ever wrote that scared me was Pet Cemetery. Everything else was like, no big deal.
Pet Cemetery was incredible.
Having American Indian heritage in my background, it seemed a little too real for me.
Do you know anything? I presume that you correspond with and talk to sightless people.
Mm-hmm.
Sightless since birth. And
Yes.
I'm wondering how their dreams differ.
Not any different than I can recollect. There is a color is a concept. And so what you would consider red and tell someone, the grass is green or the sky is blue, whatever their concept is, it is in their head. It's like you can't explain to me what the bluest blue is. And if you discuss that with your wife, you would have an argument about what the bluest blue is. Is it a sapphire or the Arizona sky?
The only way I can describe blue to a sightless person would be to say it is a cool color.
Right.
There are hot and cool colors.
Right. And see, if you go to your wife and you say to her, what's the bluest blue you've ever seen, even if it's something that you've seen in common, you may not agree that that was the bluest blue. So it's colors in a lot of ways for blind people are intellectual concepts associated with the grass or coolness or, yellow being kind of a hot summer day, that sort of thing.
Sure.
But in describing a dream, it's where you are and what you're doing and what's around you. So there's not a lot of real differences. There have been studies. You might, since you're online, you might want to do like a Nexus search or that kind of thing, because there is a journal called the Journal of Visual Impairment, And there's another one called the Journal of Rehabilitation.
All right,
Blindness.
but let's try this angle. Forget the colors for a second. I might have a dream about a monster chasing me, right? But a sightless person, never having seen on television or through any other medium, even a photograph of what is purported to be a monster, wouldn't understand the concept of a monster, much less a human being, other than by touch. So, what kind of monster would chase a sightless person?
The kind of monster that would chase you when you were very little and in bed and it was completely dark and you thought it was there but you couldn't see it.
Yeah, but we had, even when we were little, we had references with regard to monsters.
A lot of it is emotions. A lot more of what you see is emotions than you think. I can give you like a little test to give you the concept. If you turn your head all the way to the right and look at what you're looking at, and then turn your head all the way to the left, looking at everything. If you count the amount of things you see, it's just a tremendous amount.
Oh, yes.
If you close your eyes and you do the same thing and you listen, you will hear vastly fewer things, but you will know.
Listen, can I ask you to hold on?
Sure.
All right, good. Hold on through the break. Here by request is Maria, All About My High Desert. Listen here,
Being visited by Extra Choice Wheels.
I started on that about 2 months ago. She got in bed and something grabbed her by the foot.
I hate these kinds of stories.
Yeah. She pulled her foot back and they grabbed her foot again and stuck a needle in it.
I really hate those stories.
And they pulled the covers back and sprayed the back of her head and stuck a needle in her head.
Then she went to get her brother to help.
He thought she was an accident, so he went and laid on her bed. And they sat on his feet.
It's not our scene.
Yeah. So he kicked them off. But they don't seem to bother him as much. She kind of got him used to them now. They put a probe up her nose. But they've gotten to where they'll sleep on the bed with her.
Join Art Bell all night, overnight on Coast to Coast AM.
Art Bell is taking calls on the wildcard line at 702-727-1295. That's 702-727-1295. First-time callers can reach Art Bell at 702-727-1222. 702-727-1222. Now, here again, Art Bell.
Well, stand by. We're going to repeat the great remote viewing experiment. My wife is in the other room. She's prepared to back up what I'm about to do. Somebody sent me a fax earlier saying, hey, Art, I bet Vivian was on last time. Well, we didn't have Vivian last time, and it's not on now. So, and the item I've got is so strange that in a million years, it could not be guessed. If anybody comes up with this, well, let's just put it this way. What we're about to do is really weird. But we thrive on weird here, and I've got an item that is really cool. And anyway, great. Let me go back to the young lady who was holding, and then we'll do it. You're back on the air.
Hi, Art.
Hi.
To continue who we were, the concept of monsters and things are emotional concepts. It's not what it actually looks like, it's what you associate with it. For me in particular, it's the sense of falling. If I were to run some monster in a dream, it would be, I'm running from the monster, but I'm scared that I'm going to fall. And most of the things that people associate with monsters are things that are, in fact, associated and not the sound of Godzilla. It's the person who grabs you from behind. Right. The jaws music, those kind of things. So the emotions attached to something that you would see simply are attached to a specific time or place or event.
All right, I think I've got it, and we'll get, I'm sure, additional confirmation of that, but I really want to thank you.
Okay, one other thing.
Sure.
The spookiest part about all this Braille business, I was fine whenever I could go to the, bank and do my banking all on my own. That was a great independent thing.
Sure.
What scared me the worst was when I went to a gambling facility and the total color machine on the casino was in Braille also.
Oh, man.
That was kind of like, oh no, maybe I shouldn't come here.
All right. Thank you very much. Take care. Yes. And there would be certain gaming things that I would think a sightless person would want to stay away from, where it could not be verified. You want to be at the machine where when you hit something, it goes ding, 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 or buzz or something. All right, we're going to try a remote viewing experiment. Now, what does that mean? That means I have many objects in this room, but I have brought in a foreign object. And I'm going to not say anything more about that object other than that. And I'm going to concentrate every chance I get, including right this minute, on that object. I am letting my mind concentrate only on that object. It is indeed a very, very unusual object. If anybody out there can nail it, send me a fax. I'm going to give my fax number, or call me, whatever it is, and take your best shot. The last time we did this, we had two people who nailed it. One who particularly nailed it, I mean down to the most intimate detail. It was frightening. It was impossible, but he did it. And so I'm trying another experiment now in honor of Major Dames, who's on the program. And I'm now going to give you about 10 seconds of silence while I really concentrate. Not supposed to do that in radio, but I did. And I will continue to do that. I will continue to concentrate on it. If you think, what you got to do is clear your mind, really, really clear your mind. Concentrate on Little Baroque about it and Art Bell. Concentrate on this. I'm not going to say a word about the other than to say it is not normally in this room, but it is now. And I've made nobody aware that I even have this object. So it is a completely valid test. Anyway, there we go. That's as much as I can devote to it at the moment. I will devote much concentration at the top of the hour when we do the news. East of the Rockies, you're on the air. Hi.
Hello, Art.
Hi.
Yeah, I have a question for you. You work with Amanda Dolkowski?
Yes.
I have been reading and collecting books over the past several years on all the different doomsday type scenarios, like Pole Shift by John White, Doomsday, The Time of Catastrophe.
Yes.
Red Dead Redemption, Paul Solomon, Nostradamus, stuff like that.
Hey, turn your radio off.
No, sorry. What is the latest scientific thought regarding Dolkowski's theories on planetary flyby and so forth in 1500 to 700 BC? And has any further geologic or archaeological proof been drug up or any of his theories disproven?
Well, not that I am aware of. You might want to look into Zachariah Sitchin.
I've got his whole set of books. Has he released his latest one yet?
That would be the closest I would think of to a follow-up.
Yeah.
So that's my only advice.
Okay. Do you think that Dolkowski stuff all in what he's referring to?
Well, I do. Yes, I do. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this quickening thing, but I'm ruminating about that. I don't really want to say more about it. Listen, I'm concentrating again on my subject here. And you're welcome to come remote view. We're inviting you in. It's a special opportunity to remote view. See if you can grasp this object. I should be making it easy for you. Concentrate on this. First time caller lock. Call toll free 1-800-618-8255. Now, James, we're going to have to start all over again. You made me hit the button. Gee whiz, James. No last name.
My natural reaction to things.
I understand. No last name. So your first name is James, and where are you?
San Diego, California.
All right, Kogo.
Yes. I found that I can pick you up on 6 stations down here.
That's good.
Yeah. About this remote viewing thing.
Yes.
I think what you're concentrating on is it's really fuzzy. I've been practicing this for quite a while, but I'm getting a real fuzzy picture. It's something that is small and rounded, and it's either clear or light colored. That's all I can get.
No, you started out. I don't. No, you didn't get it. I don't want to say warm, cold, that kind of thing, because that'll give up.
Yeah,
to somebody else's.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. That's not it. No, that's not it. So again, I can't sort of. I really can't say warm, cold. I don't want to give hints. I want this to be a real thing. Hey, Art, want to hear something scary? My friend's dog was bitten on the tail by a snake. It immediately made the dog ill. His tail swelled to about 3 times the normal size in the space of a few hours. We killed the snake and took both to the vet. The vet said that it was the second case he had seen this month alone. The snake has no official name yet, but it's been identified as a crossbreed between our native breed of rattlesnake and our native breed of bull snake, which, by the way, are natural enemies. He said the half-breed's venom was nearly half again as powerful as the original rattlers. Step lightly out there. Wearing boots, A in Boise. You're on the air coast to coast AM with Art Bell. Hi.
Art Bell?
Yes.
Hi. This is Colin from the United Arab Emirates.
From the United Arab Emirates, yes.
Emirates, yeah. I've been for 2 years in Denver. I'm studying in Denver. And
where are
you?
Yes, sir. Where are you now? You're back now in the United Arab Emirates?
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I'm back for summer here.
I see.
So I got the chance to call you finally.
Well, did you have any trouble with our international line?
No, that's the first ring.
The first ring was?
I got the AT&T number off your webpage and the international number. And that's my first time when I got you.
Are you able to get the web over there?
Oh yeah.
Then I presume that you could hear the show live on the real audio.
I've been trying to get that, but see that the connections are not that well here. But the webpage is current, and I can get all the information out of it. I'll try again to hook up to my personal account in the university and see if I can get the radio out to that.
Okay, I would very much like to know. You are my first call from the United Arab Emirates.
I know I'll be the first one. But I've been listening for 3 years in Denver.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, on K-House 603, and I really enjoy your show. I really miss you.
Well,
I'll be there in about a month.
Okay, well, you try and find us on the internet before you come home.
Okay, I have a question about the new Chupacabra picture.
Oh, yes.
Photograph you have?
Yes.
That one is totally different than the one we had before. Do you have any news about that? Or?
No, that second picture was submitted as by an anonymous person, and I think it is less credible in my mind than the first one.
That's what I thought.
But I still, we have a delay here, so we got to be careful. I still put it up on the webpage, even though I did not think it was that credible, so people could see it.
How about the UFO wreckage? Is there any news about that?
Oh, there's a lot of news about that, and you can see that on my webpage. The complete scientific report is up there.
That's great. I'm going to take it right now.
All right, my friend.
Well, thanks a lot.
Thank you. Bye. All right, United Arab Emirates. That's the first word from the United Arab Emirates. How do you call us international? Well, you get the AT&T international operator. By the way, we're going to open it up for Mexico. We've decided to open the international line for Mexico. So that'll be happening in the next few days, if not already. Anyway, you get the AT&T international operator or the AT&T USA direct access number for your country, whatever it is, and then dial 800-893-0903. That's 800-893-0903. That's kind of cool. First time caller line, you're on the air. Hello.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this is Vern from American Community.
Hello there, Vern.
I was wondering when somebody with some authority was going to have
when somebody with some authority
is going to have the balls to say that mosquitoes can spread AIDS.
Well, I would say that, thank you, Vern, that when they discover that to be a scientific truth, they would have no problem saying that. Or maybe they would, I don't know, that mosquitoes can spread AIDS. I always thought that it would be so. Why would it not be so? Mosquitoes take blood from one person, and they don't exactly deposit it in the other, but surely a bit of that blood could mix with the next victim of the bite. So I've always thought it possible, yet I think there is not yet proof. I mean, how do they know? I mean, if somebody comes down with AIDS, minus a lifestyle difficulty, homosexuality or IV drug use or something like that, I think the tendency, even if a person says, well, I'm not homosexual, I'm not an IV drug user, the tendency is to say, well, I bet they were. So how would we know? That's the real question. How would we know? East of the Rockies, you're on the air. Hello.
This is Kevin from Huntsville, Texas.
Hi, Kevin.
I was wondering if when you go on your vacation, you might put Dreamland on in your place.
Dreamland in my place?
Yeah.
Well, there will be Dreamland repeats during the time I'm on vacation. Is the answer to that. And if you mean put Dreamland on this program, no, we would not do that, of course. But there would probably be, because of the nature of what we would use as repeats, we would tend to use guest appearances because they are timeless, of course. So you would hear a lot of things that would kind of go down that line. West of the Rockies, you're on the air. Hello.
Art.
Yes.
I think that what you're looking at is a triangular prism with a bunch of colors.
No. No.
Okay.
You didn't concentrate hard enough.
Okay.
Thank you. No, it's very specific. Very specific. And if anybody gets this, it is going to mean that remote viewing is real. And all I can promise is top of the hour, I'm going to concentrate really hard on it. So be careful about getting your guess out too fast. Your vision out too fast. While the news is on, I will spend intense moments in concentration. First time caller line, you're on the air.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, Art.
Yes.
I'm about a half hour late, but happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know about the remote viewing. I was going to say, before you got that back, that you found a little baby rattlesnake, but I don't think so. The fact got attacked right out.
Right.
But happy birthday. We share this date. That's why I remember it.
Oh, you also
yes.
had a birthday today?
Yes.
Well, yesterday now, actually.
Yes. And also, you play my favorite song.
I do.
I never understood why that girl's song never really was, or she wasn't just considered to be them.
Maria Muldaur?
Absolutely.
People like yourself, myself, either love her Or then there's a bunch of people out there who hate her guts.
Well, I never could understand it. I mean, I always thought it was just the rebound.
It is.
Yeah. All right.
All right, thank you very much. Take care. Adios.